In a world constantly striving for meaning, one figure stands out as a radical force, shaking the very foundations of conventional morality, religion, and societal norms: Friedrich Nietzsche. His philosophy, often misunderstood and controversial, invites us to rethink the essence of humanity and the potential for human greatness. Among his many provocative ideas, perhaps none has garnered as much attention and discussion as the concept of the Übermensch, or Overman. This concept, a beacon of personal evolution and existential liberation, challenges individuals to transcend the ordinary and reach for an ideal that few dare to aspire to. But what does it mean to be an Übermensch? And how does this concept inform both personal development and societal progress? In this video, we'll explore Nietzsche's idea of the Übermensch, examining how it represents the pinnacle of human potential and the moral, psychological, and existential revolution it calls for. From the rejection of traditional values to the embrace of life-affirming creativity, the Übermensch offers us a roadmap not only for self-actualization, but for the reinvention of society itself. Welcome to the Unfolding Journey channel. Before we dive deep into this fascinating concept, I'd like to take a moment to welcome you to the Unfolding Journey channel. If you're passionate about philosophy, self-improvement, and understanding the deeper layers of human existence, you've come to the right place. In this space, we explore ideas that challenge our thinking and encourage growth, just like Nietzsche's philosophy does. So, sit back, relax, and let's take a journey into the depths of one of the most influential thinkers in history. Friedrich Nietzsche, 1844 to 1900, was a German philosopher whose ideas have been both hailed as visionary and criticized as dangerous. His radical critique of religion, morality, and conventional wisdom laid the groundwork for existentialism and postmodernism. But perhaps his most enduring concept is the idea of the Übermensch or Overman. Introduced in his book Thus Spoke Zarathustra, the Übermensch is portrayed as an ideal individual who transcends the limitations of traditional moral frameworks, creating their own values and embracing the fullness of life with courage and creativity. The Übermensch is not just an individual who is stronger, smarter, or more talented than others. Rather, it represents an entirely new way of living. A person who has overcome the constraints of societal expectations and the oppressive influence of religious or moral dogma. The Übermensch is a symbol of human excellence, striving to live fully, authentically, and creatively, without relying on external sources of meaning. At the core of Nietzsche's vision of the Übermensch lies his famous declaration that God is dead. This is not a literal statement about the demise of a deity, but rather a critique of the moral and metaphysical systems built around religious belief. Nietzsche argued that with the decline of religious faith in the modern world, traditional moral values, such as the concepts of sin, guilt, and self-sacrifice, had lost their foundation. Without a divine authority to impose moral laws, Nietzsche saw the potential for human beings to create their own values and define their existence on their own terms. This idea of creating one's own values is closely tied to Nietzsche's concept of the will to power, which he describes as the fundamental driving force in human life. The will to power is not merely a desire for dominance or control, but an innate drive to grow, assert oneself, and creatively shape one's own path. For Nietzsche, the Übermensch is the individual who embodies this will to power most fully, constantly striving to overcome challenges and push beyond their limitations in order to realize their true potential. In this sense, the Übermensch is a rejection of passive existence and conformity. Instead of accepting a set of moral rules handed down by others, the Übermensch is active in creating meaning and purpose for themselves. They live by their own code, embracing the freedom and responsibility that comes with it. This radical individualism is central to Nietzsche's philosophy, as he challenges people to reject external sources of authority, be it religion, society, or tradition, and instead find strength in their own values. Another crucial aspect of the Übermensch is the concept of amor fati, which translates to love of fate. Nietzsche argued that the Übermensch must not only accept the challenges, suffering, and chaos of life, but embrace them as essential parts of the human experience. The Übermensch is not a pessimist, nor are they someone who seeks to avoid hardship. Instead, they affirm life in all its complexity, understanding that suffering and struggle are intrinsic to growth and transformation. Nietzsche further explores this idea through his doctrine of eternal recurrence, which asks, what if you had to live your life over and over exactly as it has been lived for eternity? Would you embrace your life with all its joys and sorrows, or would you seek to escape it? The Übermensch is the one who can say yes to life, even in its most difficult moments, and live as though they would choose to relive it forever. This perspective challenges us to live more authentically and courageously. It invites us to stop resenting our challenges and instead view them as opportunities for growth. By embracing life with all its imperfections, the Übermensch becomes a model of strength and resilience, continually overcoming adversity in pursuit of self-mastery. One of the most striking features of the Übermensch is their ability to create new values. Nietzsche believed that traditional morality, especially Christian morality, had stifled human creativity and potential. Concepts like humility, meekness, and self-sacrifice, which were central to the moral codes of many societies, were seen by Nietzsche as life-denying. He argued that these values promoted weakness and submission rather than strength, vitality, and growth. The Übermensch transcends this morality and instead creates values that are life-affirming and empowering. They are not bound by societal norms or conventional expectations. Rather, they live according to their own vision of what is meaningful and important. This does not mean that the Übermensch acts selfishly or irresponsibly, but rather that they live authentically and creatively, constantly reinventing themselves in response to the challenges they face. This creative freedom extends beyond personal development and into the realm of society as well. Nietzsche believed that the Übermensch could inspire others to break free from the constraints of traditional morality and embrace their own creative potential. In this way, the Übermensch becomes not just an individual ideal, but a potential catalyst for societal progress and transformation. So, how can we apply the concept of the Übermensch to our own lives? Nietzsche's philosophy encourages us to reject conformity. The first step toward becoming an Übermensch is to reject the pressure to conform to societal expectations, religious dogma, or traditional moral codes. This doesn't mean rejecting society entirely, but rather questioning what has been handed down to us and deciding for ourselves what is worth embracing. Embrace suffering. Life is full of challenges, and the Übermensch understands that suffering is an essential part of the human experience. Instead of trying to avoid hardship, they embrace it, seeing it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Create your own values. The Übermensch does not accept values dictated by others. Instead, they create their own values based on their unique experiences, desires, and insights. This is a process of constant self-examination and self-creation. Live authentically. The Übermensch is authentic and true to themselves, not merely a product of external influences. They live with integrity, in alignment with their own sense of purpose and vision. Strive for excellence. The Übermensch constantly pushes the limits of their abilities, seeking to grow and improve in every aspect of life. They do not settle for mediocrity, but aspire to greatness, regardless of the obstacles they face. Nietzsche believed that the rise of the Übermensch could also lead to a transformation in society. By embracing the ideals of the Übermensch, individuals could collectively reject stagnant social structures, dogmatic beliefs, and oppressive systems. This could lead to a society where creativity, freedom, and self-expression flourish, replacing rigid norms with new possibilities for human flourishing. However, Nietzsche was also wary of the potential dangers of mass movements. He feared that the Übermensch would be misunderstood and that society might instead embrace ideologies that stifle individuality and creativity. It is essential, therefore, that the Übermensch remains a model of personal excellence rather than a figurehead for a larger movement. Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch invites us to think beyond the limits of conventional morality and strive for a life of self-mastery, creativity, and authenticity. It challenges us to confront suffering with courage, to create our own values, and to live fully in the face of life's challenges. In both personal development and societal progress, the Übermensch stands as a symbol of human potential, a vision of what humanity could become if it dared to break free from the chains of traditional values and embraced its own creative power. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Unfolding Journey channel. We'll continue to explore more philosophical concepts and ideas that inspire growth and personal transformation. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on our next deep dive into the world of thought-provoking ideas. Thanks for watching.